Today, we will be talking about Salesforce Business Analyst. Welcome you all in the day two session. We have started yesterday and we have covered the introductory part, what we will be going to do in the upcoming days. And today we will have some different scenarios where we will be talking here about the introductory part as well as the differences between the business analyst and other roles such as admin. And in further days, we will be taking care of the collaboration with the stakeholder, customer discovery, business process mapping, and requirements, user stories, and acceptance. So we will definitely take care of these things. If you do have any kind of doubts and queries, post it on Slack channel, and we will be sharing all those recordings and PPTs on that particular resource channel. So keep updated your queries on the general channel, and for the reference, you can just visit to the resource channel. If you do not have any kind of awareness what exactly the business analyst is all about and how you can enroll yourself, so feel free, because this course is basically designed in the format like those people who are new to this business analyst side and those who are already working in this domain, so these two people can also relate what exactly we will be discussing right now. So today we will be looking into the admin and BA concept, like what are admin roles and what are BA job descriptions, and what exactly they deal on a day-to-day basis. Then we will have some quick look on the daily work of a business analyst and how to do it in a best practice. Then we will be discussing about the skills and how you can be a detective. Being a analyst, it means you have to be curious enough to ask multiple questions from your client and stakeholders. So in the later days, we will be taking care of those things. And then we move to the cycles of the business processes, like how those particular business processes work and what are the different segments. And then we will be taking care of the models as well, like how you can build a particular process based on some standard models. Okay, so today we have only three things to take care of: the comparison between the admin and the BA, because sometimes people have to, work as an admin, and then at least they should have an idea of how, get how to gather the requirements. But on a separate side, BA are the people those who are only working on the client side. They do not customize any kind of CRM. So we will be looking into those things. So first one here is the job comparison. If you look into the admin side, think about two different people now. The admin is basically an operational person. Operation, like they are having a whole organization, as they take as a whole organization, and they work in a similar manner, like they have to operate each and every one in a operative manner, like they are working on a organization where they have to take care of each and everyone those who are involved in that. But on the separate side, business analyst worked on the project. So if you think about a particular project, then think about the business analyst, because they are focused on project. They are not looking into the organization processes. They are not looking into different department processes. They should have an idea, but they are purely based on the project which is running on different domains, different departments, right? So if you talk about these roles, think about their qualities as well, right? Because they, based on these roles, they should have some kind of qualities, and they should perform their duties on a day-to-day basis. Like let's suppose admin is working on the security kind of thing, like they have to maintain the security of Salesforce org. uh, and they have to take care of the users, like how to manage the users, like what are the permissions they have to provide to the particular users. They have to look for the processes which is running into the CRM. But business analyst is purely looking into the project sites, where they have to gather the requirements, they have to make the planning based on the data which they have to gather from the client and the stakeholder, and then they have to look only for the project side. They didn't care about the permission sets, or any kind of CRM or tools, or any kind of other things. They just have to gather the requirements, they just have a knowledge and capabilities to guide that particular business process and come up with the best solutions, right? But in on the separate hand, admin has to maintain the data on the particular platform. Let's suppose they are working on some opportunities, they have to think about their products, codes, invoices, whatever the data in CRM, they have to take care of that particular CRM. But business analysts act as a stakeholder and client lines, or you can say a interpreter between those two different people. They have to take care of all those uh, things from the client side and manage it well, and come up with a solution and share it with the team as well. Now think about the admin side, because they have to be expert enough so that they can understand the data into the CRM and share that data to the different teams. All right. So now, based on their role, we have some functions as well, where these two people basically work in a separate, or you can say in a different ways. First, talk about the admin side. The admin has to take care of the Salesforce org. If we are working on a Salesforce, they have to work on the Salesforce org. They have to set up the user, they have to take care of the security, they have to get the access of each and everything, like the setting part, the permission side part. They have to create those objects, and even they have to create fields, right? People those who are new to the Salesforce, I will take care of each and everything in the later days, where we will be going to start the Salesforce. And whatever the domain business analysts work on the Salesforce, we will be covering all those things from the basic. So just think about, as of now, think about those things which has been running into the Salesforce, which is a platform and gives you a ability to utilize that particular platform in a well maintained way. Okay, so that particular platform has some kind of objects. Visualize Excel in this particular scenario, where you have multiple rows, columns, and you have certain data, and you have top row and top column, first column. In that column and in that particular top row, you have some kind of data which you need to fill on the particular cell. So in that particular tab, which is a object in Salesforce, we call it as an object in Salesforce, and that particular cell where we are writing, that is a basic record we are creating on that particular row, and with the help of rows and columns. So fields are those which is written on the top row. Okay, so think about in that scenario, because you are new to the Salesforce, so just look into the Excel and visualize Excel in your mind right now. Okay, so admin, those who are working on the admin side, they can only have a good idea about how to create the objects, how to maintain the fields, how to manage the sales and marketing applications. We do have sales cloud, marketing cloud, right? Service cloud, support cloud, analytic cloud, multiple clouds we do have. So even we have to sometimes maintain the activities and collaboration with the data and other departments as well, right? So we have to build the report and dashboard and share it to the senior authorities that these are the records which are top priority, and based on the certain filters, uh, we have to build those report and dashboards, and another analytics like Tableau. So we are working on those things and sharing out the result out of the records which are being saved into the Salesforce. So these functions are not unique to the these are the function only purely based on the admin side, not for the business analyst, right? So they have to admin also have to create automation. Sometimes they are working on different application which they have to install it from the app exchange. People those who are new, app exchange is the platform where you have to download or purchase a particular application in order to install it into the Salesforce org, just like your Google or Play Store, App Store. And yeah, so admin is also have to take care about the testing environment, which is sandbox, and the real time running environment, which is a production. So they have to manage all the things, just like human. Salesforce also have some kind of health, you can say, health of the org. So they have to maintain that particular health. How they can maintain that, like by providing much more security, which is a standard securities, right? And they also have to train other users like how to work on that particular Salesforce. So this is the purely work on the admin side. They might have to communicate with the stakeholders in order to customize the Salesforce org in their technical knowledge, right? But on the opposite role, the business analyst is working on the gathering the requirement, making the document out of it, they making the projects out of it, how to work on a particular project by step method. They have to develop that particular roadmap. One, we have to do it right, and then next on which particular deadline they are working on, they have to complete it by that day on the second stage, and then third stage they have to complete it by that particular date. So they have a particular roadmap which they are following. They have to write the user stories. We will be writing the user stories in upcoming days. So how you can build the user stories, you got an idea in the upcoming days. We are also business analyst has a ability to work on a pressurized manner, you can say. So we have to communicate with the managers and the stakeholders in that environment as well. Like how to handle the business processes if we are not getting a desired outcome, because we are analyzing the data and drawing the business insights based on that particular requirement. And we are the main source where we are facilitating the businesses, right? Even we are also managing the Salesforce project, or we are managing some other CRM projects, because we are the one those who are directly dealing with the client and the stakeholders. So we are the one those who are creating and delivering the business presentations to them. We are the one those who are managing and analyzing each and every implementations. We are the one those who are applying the framework and methodologies to the project, not only the Salesforce project but in the single CRM project as well. We are the one those who are creating and training the the users based on the documents which we are maintaining, right? We are the one those who are solving any kind of issues coming from any other department. Like suppose testing has some kind of queries, we share that requirement with that tester, and based on their tester knowledge they come up with the solutions. So we also solve the issues during any kind of stages. Now, based on our role, what exactly we needed is the full understanding of the business process and the document process which has been developing, right? And even we are the one those who are developing that particular document process, right? So, this is the comparison between the functional role of admin and the business analyst. I hope I have cleared this. Okay. Now, based on the comparison, we some have an idea like what are the key activities, what are the things which BA has to do, what are the things they have to take care of, like the communication part, and the BA has should have created an environment where they can openly and clearly communicate between the different teams, because they have to take the information from the client side. So they have to create an open environment where they can convert those particular communication into a process, right? So based on that communication, they are able to understand the particular requirement in a very better way. For that, what exactly the BA and admin qualities are, like BA should have the quality which is purely based on the data driven side, like because they are getting the communication from the client side, and then based on that data they are making the insight out of it. So they track and evaluate the data and then provide some insight back to the business, right? So this particular quality should business analyst have. And then based on that communication, they should have an action orientation. They should have some kind of actionable recommendation, like what are the findings they are getting from the client side. So they should make it quick and actionable recommendation based on that particular findings, whatever the communication they do have. And then they should have the solution ready, or might be sometimes they could take an day or two to understand particular requirement and then get that solution ready for the organization. So they must have these three qualities, like data driven quality, uh, action oriented quality, and then solution oriented quality. Other than this, as I told you, that business analyst is a separate part, and admin is also doing their work on a different path. So, admin should have empathetic, like they listen to the customer, they get a request from different clients or different users, so that in that scenario they have to be empathetic enough. And then they have to be confident enough that because they are the one those who are customizing the platform. So they are they should have that confidence that okay, I can do that, right? And then they should have the encouraging and quality that they can drive the project. And they should have the adoption of encouragement, that they are able to adopt that new technologies, right? And adopt the new third party applications. So based on those qualities, the admin side have different qualities, business analysts have different qualities, but they on the day to day basis they are working on their key activities. Am I clear? So the first one is the communication. uh, when you communicate, right, you are speaking and you are presenting, but sometimes listening is also important, because by while listening you are understanding the customer. Okay, so the key activity which BA should possess is communication, then elicitation. Elicitation is like, uh, you have to be curious enough to ask the questions, right? Because with that particular questions, you have the full understanding about your goals, about your results, right? And you are able to clarify what exactly stakeholders wanted to achieve, right? Because uh, in that scenario, you are having a full understanding about okay, this is for what we need to do it first, then we move forward with this particular thing. So we have to interview the stakeholders, and even we have to research the information, right, based on that particular process. Or we sometimes have to observe the team as well, because they are working on it. With this particular elicitation sets the foundation of the project, right? So now, if once we do have this thing, then we will document all the thing, whatever the communication and what are the interviews while we are taking care of the stakeholders project. Based on that interview or communications, we make that particular document in it. So we have to be thoughtful enough to make it as a, consistent document, which can be easily shared between different teams. So based on your learnings, you have to be clear and concise, so that that particular document can be easily understood by anyone which is been involved in the project, right? Next, a key activity which BA should have is analyzing information, because we have more details, right? We have a full understanding about the customer now, so we are analyzing that particular data, so that we can identify what exactly the desired outcome will be, right? And that analyzing part is give you basically accomplishment, a sense of accomplishment, you can say, so that you can easily achieve your goals, right? The next key activity which we BA should have: felicitation solutions. Based on analysis, we identify the options and gives the solution, right? So that means that you have particular options available with you, and then you can move forward with the best solutions. Next we do have is implementing solutions, like uh, the thing is, like, we should have an end solution in our mind, right? And we are might be adjusting the solutions, and to reach out the particular outcome. Sometimes what happened, like, we have a good solution with us, but make sure that particular solution is working as smooth as they have expected. The What are the benefits they are getting it from, right? So we have to think about in that scenario, is particular solution is being, needed, or what exactly should be added in that particular, because we are working as a project manager at this particular time, and it's our job to make sure that we should reach the end goal, which is working well, and the stakeholders are happy with that. Okay. And later on the stage, we should have the testing to be done. Remember to test after the implementation, right? So testing gives you a full authority, where you have material available with you, and you have a recorded feedback with you, and now you are moving that particular project in the next iteration, right? So these are the key activities which BA should possess. And what are the business analyst best practices? So look into the screen first, then go with the flow UPN, more than what you are on having a label. uh, Learn the language of the local, avoid the attention, timing is everything, meaningful meetings. So think about in the best practice way, where the first one is go with the flow. Go with the flow, it's like you have to make a particular process in a flow manner, like each and every step should be consist with, or having a tracking nature in it. Like the first one is UPN. UPN is a universal process notation. Maybe you heard about the flow diagram in your college days, right? The flow chart, unified modeling language, right? And uh, the business process management notations, and even the supplier input process output, these kind of flow diagrams you heard about it during your college days, right? So in a similar way, the UPN works. We will be taking care of this process mapping in the later on days, which we have discussed yesterday itself. So similarly, UPN or universal process notation is simple and engaging diagram that applicable for each and every industry, because it depends upon the sizes and it depends upon the process. So it gives you a full understanding about how and what and who will be doing the particular stage, or particular process in which particular stages. So while UPN, you have a full understanding of how you can pursue your end results, right? Second one is more than what's on the label. So see, the thing is, like, once you are into the business, you are might be not a title in your designation that you are a business analyst, but it entirely possible that you are already doing a business analyst thing in your day-to-day job. Because the thing is, like, you are someone who has an opportunity for process improvement. You are sometimes, or might be forever, you are helping a business to get a better outcome, right? So it means you are somewhere, or in the daily basis you are helping a business to get the desired outcome. So it's like more than what's on the label, right? Next one is learn the language of the local. Locals here are designated as a stakeholder and clients. So if you are able to learn this customer language and use it to verify what they are saying and asking for, you will show a true devotion to understanding their business, right? And this built a trust while preventing things from getting lost in communication. So learn the language of the locals. Avoid attention traps. Avoid attention traps is like connecting with the right people and using the right language. Using the right visual tools help you to find a good information and find a better solution for your customer. It helps your customer and make them happy. Avoid the attention trap. And then, time is everything. To avoid project creep, you have to be fixed your with your timelines. And yes, make sure that your meetings are meaningful. It means, like, your meeting should have a structure and they are look they look prepared and in controlled manner. Like, people can ask anything XYZ from during the meeting, but you should be controlled enough to follow your structure. Then understand the situation first, understand the requirement first, then give the solution. You must finish the understanding before begin to solve it. It happens, right? Preset solutions comes into our mind because we are human, but this is a wrong way of solving a problem. So first understand and then give the solution. Next one is build the trust while building a solution, right? How you can build the trust? By giving them a proper understanding, by listening to them. There are many ways by which we can build a trust, because we will be taking care of that thing as well. How to influence people, how to communicate with the stakeholder, what are the ways of collaborating the stakeholder. So we will be covering in this how to build the trust uh, in the later days. So consider the whole organization, not only the single department, because everything is connected, right? So each and every stage you have to deal with different departments. So consider that thing as a whole organization. And once you are done with these things, test like you mean it, because you do not need to worry about the outcome. Just first focus on the testing part, because the testing gives you a full understanding that yes, now my solution is better and it's working as expected. Take the time to verify that nothing related has been broken, and you have been responsible for it, and each and everything has been covered. So such thorough testing help build the confidence in the customer side, so that you can also provide the solid solutions. So dig deeper, reflect and improve, and measure the success. and look for the feedback as well. So because your job is being a detective, and that never ends, because you can always turn your investigation inward. And receiving feedback can often be uncomfortable, no doubt in that, but you will get better at it over the time. And this and that price for the personal improvement, right? Because it's I believe pretty great return on investment. So seek feedback from the customer side and other stakeholders side. So I hope I have clear all the best practices. Now we have a quiz for this particular session, and it's based on what we have discussed right now. So you can look into the first question. If you do have any kind of doubts, please do let me know, because we are running out of the time now. But during the Slack channel, during day or night, whenever you are free, look for the recordings, look for the resources which we are sharing on the different channels. Okay. So now what we have discussed, based on that I have built some basic quiz. It's not like if you are getting a right answer, you will get some kind of swags or penny out of it, or you have a good understanding. But it will help you to understand. It will help you to make sure that you are attending in a right manner. So use the chat and post it your answers on that chat. First one is, what is the step which Salesforce analysts engage in? So they engage in gathering the requirement. Next one is, when is the business analyst brought into the project? The answer is at the beginning, because they are the one those who are gathering the requirements. I hope people are using the chat in a right manner. Yes, those who have written these two, A and D and A, they are right. So you have an understanding about the engagement part, where they have to be get engaged. And the next question is, the Salesforce analyst is a project based role, or admin is a operational role? I believe you are well aware about it. And what are the trap? What how you can avoid that particular trap? So the answers are, yes, business analyst is the project based, and admin is a operational based, and you should avoid the trap by spending too much time with the team. The next and the last question is, what information flow diagram gives you? It gives the sequence, but here the detail is tab, right? No doubt sequence is there, but the thing is, like, flow diagrams give you a detail is tab, right? So these are the questions, and which we have covered during the sessions. So each and everything is been now covered. Please feel free to reach out to me for any kind of issues and queries. We will be sharing each and every resources in our Slack channel. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.